Hello and welcome. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Akanksha Khajuri. And this evening, we bring you top 6 stories of the day. 6 stories which matter and you should know about. First up, a tragedy in Tamil Nadu, a deadly stampede during TVK Chief Vijay's rally. 40 people have lost their life. We'll tell you all about the politics and the blame game that has started. Zero accountability or responsibility taken by anyone, and it will make your blood boil. And then to the national capital, a self-styled godman accused of molesting 17 women in an ashram has finally been arrested. And then to Bareilly in UP, where 2 days after the violence over religious posters, UP Chief Minister has given a stern warning, emphasizing that Ghazwa-e-Hind will never happen on the Indian soil. And then to the violence in Ladakh, 5 days after the clashes took place there, it is still on the edge, curfew still in place, and internet has been snapped. And then to the top international stories of the day. Once again, in fact, Russia has attacked Ukraine with hundreds of drones and missiles. And lastly, another shooting in the United States. A shooter opened fire from a boat at a restaurant in North Carolina, killing at least 3 people there. These are the top 6 stories that we're tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. Let's start with the tragic story coming in from Tamil Nadu. What should have been a campaign stop for superstar turned politician Vijay ended in chaos. A deadly stampede at a rally in Karur has left 40 people dead, including 9 children. And now the blame game and the politics has started over the deaths. Ruling DMK government has accused, in fact, Vijay for everything that has happened there. And on the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the AIADMK, they have blamed DMK for the lack of security arrangements. Watch this.
At least 40 innocent lives lost. Families shattered in seconds. Karur reels under the weight of deadly tragedy. 16 women, including 9 children, were among the victims. The incident unfolded at TVK rally in Karur last night, where around 30,000 people had gathered. Actor turned politician Vijay was scheduled to address the crowd at around 12 p.m. but his arrival was delayed by nearly 6 hours. The restless gathering swelled in anticipation. And around 7:45 p.m., a sudden power cut plunged the venue into darkness, triggering confusion and further panic. In the chaos, thousands surged towards the stage barricades. Several people collapsed due to suffocation. To add to the woes, the delay in medical assistance meant timely treatment could not reach several of the injured. As children and women fainted, Vijay was seen pleading with police and volunteers to rescue a missing 9-year-old girl. Hours after the stampede, Vijay was spotted leaving for the airport without visiting the victims or making any public statement. This is not the first time stampede situation occurred in a TVK rally. A month ago, the Madras High Court had warned of possible fatalities at Vijay's rallies if safety lapses continued. The court had asked the DMK-led government who would take responsibility if lives were lost and ordered uniform safety rules for political gatherings across parties. Now, the opposition parties, including BJP and AIADMK, have strongly criticized the ruling DMK government over the lack of security arrangements at the rally.
இதற்கு முன்பு இதே கட்சி டிவிகே கட்சி 4 மாவட்டத்தில் அவருடைய தேர்தல் பிரச்சார கூட்டத்தை நடத்தியிருக்கிறார்கள். அந்த 4 கூட்டத்திலும் எப்படி மக்கள் கலந்து கொள்கிறார்கள், எப்படிப்பட்ட நிலைமை என்பதையெல்லாம் ஆய்வு செய்து அதற்கு ஏற்றவாறு முழுமையான பாதுகாப்பு கொடுத்திருக்க வேண்டும் அரசாங்கம், காவல்துறை.
இல்லை, இந்த 39 உயிரிழப்பிற்கு தமிழக அரசு பொறுப்பேற்க வேண்டும். இதில் முழுக்க அதில் தமிழக காவல்துறையுடைய பொறுப்பு இருக்குது. முதல்ல அந்த இடத்துல பெர்மிஷன் கொடுத்துருக்க கூடாது. சின்ன இடம் அது, அந்த இடத்துல பெர்மிஷன் கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. 2 நாள் 3 நாள் 4 நாள் 5 நாள் 6 நாள் 7 நாள் 8 நாள் 9 நாள் 10 நாள் 11 நாள் 12 நாள் 13 நாள் 14 நாள் 15 நாள் 16 நாள் 17 நாள் 18 நாள் 19 நாள் 20 நாள் 21 நாள் 22 நாள் 23 நாள் 24 நாள் 25 நாள் 26 நாள் 27 நாள் 28 நாள் 29 நாள் 30 நாள் 31 நாள் 32 நாள் 33 நாள் 34 நாள் 35 நாள் 36 நாள் 37 நாள் 38 நாள் 39 நாள் 40 நாள் 41 நாள் 42 நாள் 43 நாள் 44 நாள் 45 நாள் 46 நாள் 47 நாள் 48 நாள் 49 நாள் 50 நாள் 51 நாள் 52 நாள் 53 நாள் 54 நாள் 55 நாள் 56 நாள் 57 நாள் 58 நாள் 59 நாள் 60 நாள் 61 நாள் 62 நாள் 63 நாள் 64 நாள் 65 நாள் 66 நாள் 67 நாள் 68 நாள் 69 நாள் 70 நாள் 71 நாள் அதே நேரத்தில் வந்து பெர்மிஷன் கொடுக்கறது இது எல்லா கூட்டமாக இருந்தாலும் ஒரு வார காலத்துக்கு முந்தி கொடுத்து அவர்கள் அதற்கான தகுந்த பாதுகாப்பு கொடுக்கணும். அந்த பாதுகாப்பே இங்கே இல்லை. அதனால தான் உயிரிழப்பு ஏற்பட்டு.
Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has appointed a commission headed by Aruna Jagdishan to probe the deadly stampede.
And now shifting our focus to the national capital, Chaitanya Nanda Saraswati, a self-styled godman accused of sexually harassing 17 women at an ashram in the national capital, has been arrested in Agra in Uttar Pradesh. He faces complaints of using abusive language, sending lewd text to other students and forced physical contact as well. He was on the run from the last 50 days, but now he has been nabbed by the police. Fake passport and fake United Nations number plate recovered from him. Now we're learning just a while back he was sent to the police custody for 5 days, where he will be questioned regarding why he did what he did. Watch this. Chaitanya Nanda Saraswati, a self-styled godman accused of molesting women at an ashram in the national capital, has finally been arrested. 17 women have accused him of molestation, harassment and intimidation. On the run for 50 days, the molester Baba was nabbed from Agra in UP. Police teams fanned out across Haryana, Rajasthan, UP and even West Bengal to look for the accused. But he kept changing his location from Mathura, Vrindavan to Agra to evade arrest. A CCTV footage has emerged showing Baba entering Hotel The First in Agra. Police kept a track on his movement and found his name mentioned in the hotel register. Another CCTV visual shows Saraswati and his 2 aides leaving from the hotel with luggage.
ये जैसे हमने बताया था 3 दिन से हमारी टीम बनी हुई थी. हमने अलग अलग स्टेटों में दिल्ली के अलावा हरियाणा, राजस्थान, यूपी, उत्तराखंड, वेस्ट बंगाल भी हमने टीमें रवाना करी थी. ये जो आरोपी है पार्था सारथी उर्फ चैतन्यानंद सरस्वती की तलाश में. इसी दौरान हमें कल एक रात में सफलता मिली, जिसमें कि ये आगरा के हमें मिल गया. इसको वहाँ पे आइडेंटिफाई किया गया तो पता लगा ये वही है. तो इसको वहाँ से अप्रीहेंड किया गया और अभी लाया गया है और अभी इसकी आगे केस में गिरफ्तारी डाल के इसकी पूछताछ की जाएगी. इससे अभी 3 फ़ोन मिले हैं, एक आईपैड मिला है. उन सब की अभी जांच की जाएगी और कुछ विजिटिंग कार्ड मिले हैं जो कि ये फेक विजिटिंग कार्ड इसने बना रखे थे यूएन और ब्रिक्स के, अपने आप को भारत सरकार के अधिकारी दिखाते हुए. ये अभी अपना अलग अलग डेली लोकेशन चेंज करा था पुलिस से बचने के लिए. वृंदावन, आगरा, मथुरा उन एरियाज में अपना घूम रहा था.
16 लड़कियों ने आप पे एक गंभीर आरोप लगाए हैं. क्या आप लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट के लिए तैयार हैं? क्या आप लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट के लिए तैयार हैं? पार्था स्वामी, लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट के लिए आप तैयार हैं क्या? पार्था स्वामी, क्या आप लाई डिटेक्टर टेस्ट के लिए तैयार हैं? 16 लड़कियों ने आप पे आरोप लगाए हैं.
Chaitanya Nanda Saraswati, director of Sri Sharda Institute of Indian Management in Vasant Kunj in Delhi, targeted students from economically weaker sections. He is also under the scanner for using fake United Nations number plate, possessing 2 passports with 2 different names. And meanwhile, not just him but 3 wardens are also under the scanner for their involvement in the case.
This very accused Swami Partha is a repeat offender. This is what we have got to learn from the Delhi police sources, because the first case was filed against him back then in 2009, and then a second case of molestation was filed at Vasant Kunj police station was back then in 2016 as well. And in 2025 what we have seen that 3 more cases have been filed. So far there are 5 different cases in which what we have seen which is going on against this very accused. And Delhi police has arrested this early morning around 3:30 a.m. from Agra. And what we have also got to learn that the accused kept on changing his location in order to avoid the arrest. So in a successful bid, because if you see earlier for the last 50 days Delhi police have been trying to arrest this very accused, and he was still on the run, and he visited Meerut as well, Vrindavan as well. Apart from that, he also visited some other places. So Delhi police has formed several units, several teams to nab the very accused, and in a successful attempt today early morning the accused Swami Partha has been arrested by the Delhi police team.
The man who called himself a saint and molested women will now face trial as a criminal. And now shifting our focus, 2 days after violence in UP's Bareilly over religious posters, Chief Minister of UP Yogi Adityanath has issued a stern warning against those attempting to disrupt peace, particularly during the festive season, asserting that any act of anarchy would be met with consequences that their future generations would also remember. Watch this.
After riots broke out in Bareilly after Friday prayers, police conducted overnight house-to-house searches to apprehend culprits and arrested local cleric Maulana Taqir Raza. While the situation is coming back to normal, a large number of police personnel continue to be deployed at intersections. UP Chief Minister, meanwhile, has once again issued a warning to those disrupting law and order in the state. Addressing a public meeting in Balrampur, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath warned that any act of anarchy would be met with consequences that future generations of the rioters would remember. Chief Minister Yogi also took a jibe at the Samajwadi Party and Congress. He said that days when crime was at its peak and no one was held accountable are gone.
वह समय गया जब समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार हुआ करती थी, कांग्रेस की सरकारें हुआ करती थी। ये लोग दंगा करवाते थे, आगजनी करवाते थे, बेटी की सुरक्षा में सेंध लगाते थे, व्यापारी के प्रतिष्ठानों पर आग लगाते थे और सरकार इनका अवभगत करती थी। वह समय अब चला गया है। अब ये डबल इंजन की सरकार है। अगर बेटी की सुरक्षा पे हाथ डालने का प्रयास किया, व्यापारी के प्रतिष्ठान में आग लगाने का प्रयास किया, तो मान करके चलिए ये रास्ता उनका सीधे नरक में जाने का होगा, सीधे नरक में।
Chief Minister Yogi also sent out a terse message to those eyeing to create unrest as part of their ulterior motive of Ghazwa-e-Hind.
कुछ लोग रहते भारत में हैं, लेकिन गजवा-ए-हिंद का नारा लेकर के भारत के अंदर राष्ट्र विरोधी गतिविधियों को बढ़ावा देने का कुत्सित कार्य कर रहे हैं। गजवा-ए-हिंद हिंदुस्तान की धरती पर नहीं होगा। भारत की धरती, ये भारत के देवीय महापुरुषों, अवतारी महापुरुषों, देश के लिए अपना बलिदान देने वाले महापुरुषों के आदर्शों से संचालित होगा। गजवा-ए-हिंद की कल्पना करना भी और उसका सपना देखना भी जहन्नुम में जाने का टिकट का रास्ता पैदा कर देगा।
So far, 10 FIRs have been registered in the case with Maulana Taqir Raza behind the bars. Officers are constantly on patrol and internet services are suspended in Bareilly till Monday.
तो शुक्रवार को जुमे की नमाज के बाद जो बवाल हुआ बरेली में, उसके बाद अब आज रविवार का दिन है। आज भी बरेली का माहौल शांतिपूर्ण है, सभी गाड़ियां चल रही है, बाजार खुले हुए हैं और पुलिस अभी भी तैनात है। पुलिस बड़ी संख्या में तैनात है। अलग अलग चौक चौराहों पर बड़ी संख्या में सुरक्षा बल की मौजूदगी है। कहीं से कोई अनहोनी ना हो, कहीं से कोई अप्रिय घटना ना हो, इसका ख्याल रखा जा रहा है। तो पुलिस अपनी तरफ से मोर्चे पर तैनात है। बाज़ार जो हैं, देखिए दुकानें सारी खुली हुई हैं और सब लोग अपना काम कर रहे हैं। जैसा कि सीएम योगी ने कहा था कि ना कर्फ्यू लगेगा, ना बंद होगा, ना सिस्टम जाम होगा, सब कुछ चलेगा। कार्रवाई होगी, बंद होंगे तो वो उपद्रवी और गुंडे और दंगाई जो कि अब बंद हैं। करीब अब 8 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी की बात कही जा रही थी। 20 से 25 और लोग हैं, उन्हें गिरफ्तार किया गया है, ये खबर है। मौलाना तौकीर रज़ा को भी अरेस्ट करके जेल भेज दिया जा गया है। जेल बदल भी दी गई है। इंटरनेट बंद है ताकि कहीं से भी कोई अफवाह फैलाई नहीं जा सके।
The situation still remains sensitive and authorities continue to be vigilant to prevent further unrest.
And now to the violence in Ladakh. It's been 5 days since the clashes took place in Ladakh and it is still on the edge. Curfew has been imposed, internet snapped and the security has been heightened in the city Leh. The focus is on maintaining the law and order situation, and now all eyes are on tomorrow's crucial talks in the national capital, where Ladakh leaders will be meeting with the Ministry of Home Affairs officials to decide the next course of action. Here's more on that.
5 days after the protest, Ladakh is still on the edge. Electricity snapped, internet suspended.
We are reporting from the Namgyal Chowk, which is one of the famous areas of the Leh town, and here this entire area has been converted into a cantonment. These visuals that we are showing you from the ground zero, that the massive deployment of the Leh police along with the paramilitary forces has been done to ensure that there is no law and order situation that erupts. Yesterday we have seen for the first time in the last 5 days there was a relaxation in the curfew that was given by the authorities, and it has been all peaceful.
The city of Leh remains under a heavy security blanket. ITBP and riot control forces carrying out flag marches, with vehicles being checked thoroughly. Earlier today, Lieutenant Governor Kavinder Gupta chaired a high-level meeting on security, discussing the prevailing situation and measures on ground. 2 Congress councillors, Smanla Dorje Nurbu and Punsok Stanzin Tepak, have been arrested by Leh police along with village Nambardar Rigzin Dorje. All 3 have been sent to police custody and their questioning is underway. All eyes are now on tomorrow's meeting in New Delhi. Ladakh leaders will sit across the table with the Home Ministry officials to decide the next course of action.
And now to the top international story of the day. Ukraine's capital Kyiv has once again come under one of the heaviest Russian attacks since the war began. Russia fired more than 600 drones and missiles at targets across Ukraine in the early hours of Sunday morning. One of the largest barrages of the war. In fact, drones leaving at least 3 people dead and several others injured. Watch this.
Kiev once again woke up to a night of terror, with drones and missiles pounding to the capital. Independent monitors say that this was one of the largest Russian strikes since the war began. At least 3 people were killed and nearly a dozen injured, according to reports. Explosions rocked the city for hours, forcing residents to take shelter deep inside the metro stations. The southern city of Zaporizhia was also targeted, leaving 16 people, including 3 children, wounded. Ukraine's foreign minister, Andriy Sybiha, called the attack massive and urged tougher sanctions, saying President Putin must feel the danger of continuing these wars. With residents back in shelters and children among the casualties, the human cost of the conflict only continues to rise.
And now shifting our focus to another shooting incident that has come to the fore from the United States. At least 3 people were killed and 8 others were wounded after a gunman on a boat opened fire at a crowd at a waterfront bar in the United States, North Carolina. Watch this.
A quiet Saturday night turned into chaos in the coastal town of Southport, North Carolina. Around 9:30 p.m., a boat pulled up near the American Fish Company, a popular restaurant along the Yacht Basin, and opened fire on the diners. Police say at least 7 people were shot, including 3 who died on the spot. The injured were rushed to the nearby hospital. According to the eyewitnesses, the boat slowed near the dock before shots rang out. Within seconds, panic erupted and the gunmen sped away along the waterway. The Southport City Administration urged citizens to stay indoors and immediately report suspicious activity to authorities, and also warned the death toll could rise.
The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office is assisting local police in manhunt. Alongside multiple law enforcement agencies, a person of interest is being questioned. Officials have called this attack an active and evolving situation. The US has already seen more than 320 mass shootings this year. Restaurants, bars, schools, and even shopping centers, no public space has been spared. Meanwhile, investigators are trying to piece together why a busy family restaurant was targeted in such a violent attack. For now, residents of Southport remain on the edge as authorities widen the search for the gunman who brought terror to their waterfront.
And this is all we could pack for you at 6 at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with the top stories of the day at 6. Till then, keep watching Republic TV. Goodbye.